Let's be clear about one thing. Government cannot create wealth. It must first consume wealth that has already been produced. Every job that it creates comes at the cost of another. And when money is taken away from people who produce in the economy, that means that a business did not have a chance to expand. That means that an entrepreneur didn't have a chance to invest. That means that a product may never get invented. And that means that the general standard of living never got lifted. This isn't just theory. This is Austrian Economics 101. So let's walk through how this works. Almost 150 years ago, Frederick Bastiat gave us the parable of the broken window. A boy breaks the shopkeeper's window. The glazier gets paid to fix it, and everyone cheers, "Hooray, the broken window produced a job." But Austrian economics asks a further question. What didn't happen with that spending? That money could have bought new shoes, a book, or expanded a business. It's not job creation, it's wealth diversion. And that's exactly how government job creation works. So when the state taxes, it just doesn't take money. It takes away your choice to spend it. Every dollar taken from a citizen is a dollar that they can't save, invest, or spend. So government takes that money and hires a bureaucrat or funds a program that nobody voluntarily wants. It props up inefficiency and rewards failure. And it does that with capital that would have created real jobs, real value, and real growth in the marketplace. So taxation just isn't theft. Taxation just isn't robbery. It's vandalism. It takes it from productive use and redirects it to political use. So government spending just doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from you. It comes from your future. It comes from your business. So therefore, every government job that it creates is one that should have existed in the private sector. It's a trade-off of less, not a trade-off of more. That job in the Department of Redundancy, that cost a job in a startup or a factory or an innovative tech firm. Wages go down and prices go up. And your standard of living, it stalls, or even worse, it drops. Now here's what Austrian economics understands more than any other school of thought. Profit and loss aren't just financial signals. They're social signals. Profits and loss is what tells us what's working and what's not. And in a free market, it's not politicians and bureaucrats that are the king. It's the consumer that's the king. They vote with their dollars. So if a business or an entrepreneur is meeting the consumer's needs effectively, it should win. And if that same business starts not effectively serving the market, it loses. This system naturally rewards the efficient and naturally punishes the inefficient. It naturally reallocates money out of the hands of the failures and puts them in the hands of those who are winning in the market. It's the most democratic process on the planet, and every dollar that you spend is a vote that you cast. So what does government intervention do? Well, it flips the script. It takes money from the efficient and bails out the inefficient. It protects failure, props up bad ideas, and punishes great ideas. This is how we get zombie corporations, bloated bureaucracies, and a stalling economy. The natural market order, where bad ideas die and good ideas thrive, is replaced by a rigged game of political favoritism. It's very interesting to me how politicians blame business owners for crises. But let's be clear. Every social and economic crisis is rooted in legislation, not in liberty. The housing crisis, government zoning, rent controls, and interest manipulation. Healthcare costs, decades of regulation, monopolies, and price distortions. Debt crisis, central bank printing and deficit spending. If it's left alone, the free market produces more, serves more efficiently, and prices fall. The state, by contract, produces less, makes it worse and more expensive, and always coming from somebody else's pocket. At the end of the day, there is an alternative to a mixed economy, which is government controlled and only gives the free market a name and doesn't operate as such. The free market doesn't need more central planners. It needs more freedom. Because when capital is left in the hands of those who earn it, it flows to where it is most productive. It creates jobs that actually meet people's needs. It raises the standard of living, and it honors time, effort, and values. And the greatest thing is it doesn't do this by force. It does it by choice. Here's the radical, beautiful truth. Freedom works. So the next time a politician promises to create jobs, you have to ask yourself, what's really being destroyed in order to make that happen? Because the truth is, the market doesn't need help. It just needs to be left the hell alone. If you thought this video was helpful in your education for politics and Austrian economics, make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to make sure that you get updates from our latest releases.